Welcome back, everybody. My name is Kevin Goode, and I'm a piano teacher here at the William Grant Still Art Center. Okay, this is our last class in this series. And what we're going to do today is we're going to recap everything that we've went over the last 5 weeks or so, and just kind of give you a brief synopsis, of each week. So that way it gives you something to continue working with as you go forward in your day and the months, weeks, and years ahead. Okay, so in the very beginning, we started with the piano basics. We started with learning the notes of the keyboard. We also started with learning about our hands, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we started talking about intervals. And just to go through it just a little bit real quick, so we come over here, oops, not right there, right there. And then once again, C, the first white key before the set of two black keys. E, right there, C, D, E, F, G, A, and then it just repeats. B, C, D, E, F, G, A. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 7 notes, and then A and E, or I'm sorry, not A and E, but C and E. Back over here, that is a third. That's an interval. And the way that you count the intervals is you count the distance between the keys. 1, 2, 3. And third, 1, 2, 3, 4. A fourth, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a fifth. So that's what we talked about during the first, I'd say the first week or so. And then I had you go over intervals. We talked about the major third and the minor third, and I wanted you to hear the difference. Major third, kind of happy. Minor third, kind of sad. And it's the same in any key. If I come over here to G, major third, kind of happy. Minor third, kind of sad. So notice how the minor third in G sounds almost like the same as the minor third in C. That's what we discussed the first week. And then the next week after that, we talked about learning to read music. So in reading music, we have over here, if you can follow my mouse, we have the treble clef, and that's for the right hand. And then down here, we have the bass clef, and that is for the left hand. And remember, the treble clef in the circle right here on this treble clef staff, and the line right through that circle, that is G. And then we come down here to the bass clef, and in between these two dots, that line right there is F. So bass clef can also be called the F clef, and the treble clef can also be called the G clef. But if it's enough to know that treble clef right hand, bass clef for left hand. So that's what we talked about with the reading of music. We also talked about the 5 lines. Music is written in lines and spaces. You have 5 lines up here in the treble clef, and then you also have 5 lines down here in the bass clef. And for treble clef, it's in the spaces, starting in the space, the first space is F, and then A, C, E. And now if we go through and we do the lines, it's E, G, B, D, F. So for the spaces, it spells out face. Okay, F, A, C, E. Look at the keyboard down there and you can see face. And then for the lines, every good boy does fine. Every good boy does fine. Don't look at the chord, but look down here at the notes. E, G, B, D, F. Okay, every good boy does fine. All right, that's what we went through on the second week. And then on the third week, we talked about dynamics, music notation, time signatures, and kind of reading the melody line. So let's come over here and we'll go through that again. All right, so we have learning to read music. Once again, we have the treble clef and we have the bass clef. And right here, these numbers, they're not a fraction, but 4, 4. The top 4 tells us how many beats or how many counts per measure. And then the bottom 4 tells us which note gets the beat. In this case, it means the quarter note. But all you're really going to be worried about at this level is the top note to know how many beats there are per measure. So this is 4/4. There's 4 beats per measure. Remember, a black note or shaded note with a stem is called a quarter note. A whole note or a circle is a whole note, and that gets 4 counts. A quarter note gets 1 count. And then over here, a circle with a line or stem is a half note, and that gets 2 counts. And then once again, a quarter note. And then these 2 notes connected with this beam right above here these are 2 eighth notes. An individual eighth note would look like, let me show you what 1 eighth note would look like. Okay, so if we come down here, an individual eighth note, let me move this just a tad so you guys can see it better. There we go. All right, so an individual eighth note looks just like this with a stem. It's a shaded note or black note with a stem and then a little flag there. And that flag, that is what a 1/8 note looks like. But for right now, and for ease of learning how to count rhythms, we're going to stay with 2/8 notes together at this point. Okay, so if I were to go through and play this top line, let me delete this measure actually, because we don't want that. I just wanted to show you what a single eighth note looks like. Let's see. There we go. All right, so we come over here, and I'm going to start right here. Okay, ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then whole note. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and once again the quarter notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then we have half notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then we have a combination of quarter notes and eighth notes. So listen to the and, that's really important right here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, once again, I'm going to do this with the quarter notes and the eighth notes together. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Good. And then down here, we also talked about, let me make this a little bit easier for you guys to see and bring this up a tad. Okay, so, and I can also move this down. No, I can't. Okay. All right, so I'm going to come down over here, and we're going to talk a little bit about the dynamics. Let me see if I can bring it up just a tad more. There we go. All right, so with dynamics right here, the P stands for piano, MP, mezzo piano. So piano means soft, and mezzo piano is medium soft. F means forte or loud, and then MF means mezzo forte, medium loud. Okay, and then right here, we talked about the fingerings. So this says 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's basically giving you the fingering for a C scale. So if I were to come over here, actually, I'll come over and let's bring it over. Here we go. And I'm going to bring this down right here. Okay. There we go. So, okay, and watch my fingers here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm just going to play the C scale. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's the C scale. Coming back down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Okay, so that's what we did. We went over that, and we talked about the time signatures, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, and 6/8. The next thing that we talked about in the fourth week, which I just showed you, were the C scales and the G scale. I showed you the C scale. And then up here, these are the fingerings for the C scale. The next thing that we went over in the 5th week was learning to play by ear and the difference between a melody and a harmony, or the difference between melody and harmony. So if I come over here, right here, and you guys see this? 2 or more notes played at the same time, that's harmony. And then one note play, or a sequence of notes played individually, is a melody. So that's a melody. That's harmony. Okay, those are 2 or more notes at the same time. So those are harmonies. And usually when you're working with music, it's easier, especially when you're learning to read music, it's easier to pick out the melody and then kind of the harmony after that. But you can try to go directly to the harmony, but it's usually the human ear. It's easier for the human ear to pick up the melody before the harmony. Some people might be different though. So once again, Mary had a little dime. Da 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 da. So that's it. That's what we covered over these last few weeks. I hope that it was helpful for you guys. And yeah, I continue practicing the piano. Don't stop, and just kind of go forward and prosper. If you have any questions, feel free to email us and we'll try to answer them. But I hope you guys have a great week and stay safe and stay healthy. That's the summary for our recent series of classes, of piano classes, coaching classes. So yeah, good luck on your piano career. Good luck on your piano endeavors. And I will leave you guys just with a little bit of, where am I going to leave you guys? The little piano playing, since we are piano. All right, you guys have a great week and a great month, and I will see you next time. Thank you.